Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about my online clients, Scott, who's been working with me for the last 15 weeks. Scott has been getting a microdiscectomy surgery 10 years ago, and his back pain came back again after 10 years, and he contacted me around 15 weeks ago. And in this video, we're going to go through his recovery, what helped him, and what was his process of his recovery, and where is he right now. If you're suffering from chronic lower back pain due to disc bulges, extrusion, herniation, or any other type of back pain, I believe this video can be helpful for you to get some insight of what can really help you and get you back in action. If you've never been in this channel, my name is Bob. I'm a physical therapist. I help people globally, all around the world, with simple, basic rehab plan that you can do at home. But before we start the rehab plan, I consult them one-to-one through online consultation and go through their diagnosis and figure out what is the root cause of their injury, and then I provide them a rehab plan that they can do on their own with my coaching. If you're ever interested to get a second opinion, you can always book an online consultation with the link below, and I will be happy to help. What happened initially? What was the injury? How do you end up contacted me, etc.? Would that be okay?
Yeah. I mean, I'll keep it brief. I can start from the very start with the operation and things.
Yeah, because that was quite some times ago, right?
That was some time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can
so
start, I
basically,
suppose, with your own injury, and then
yeah.
what happened,
Yeah.
and then you end up contacting me. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, 10 years ago, 2015, I had an operation on a bulging disc L4, L5, which obviously got done. Everything seemed okay. And then obviously, I'm proof of operation is not 100% because here I am 10 years on, pain again. Well, pain before I started meeting yourself. And then obviously, I was using YouTube to exercises and all different ways out. And I come across Bob the physio, and then obviously started getting in contact with you. Got onto this 20-week program, and I've got to say, week by week, it improved and it improved.
Okay, then if I get back to I suppose after your surgery, Scott, how was you felt that the surgery was improving your actually symptoms, and you got back to full capacity, or how was it actually after the surgery?
Yeah, so obviously had the surgery like in the October, and then I was back in the gym by December.
Okay, and
But
did you
obviously
do
I had
any
no
rehab?
no no
Okay.
rehab, no nothing, just straight back to normal as if nothing had happened. Yeah.
And then what happened to the point that it got sore again? Because that was like 10 years ago, right? You gone back to your
Yeah.
normal life, and you did,
Gone back
like, I
to
suppose you're active.
gone back to normal life. Obviously, I loved going to the gym. I was, 5, 6 days a week. It was like my social life. And then just one day in the gym started this year, January, I felt something in my back by doing a certain exercise. Didn't
Got you.
think anything of it. Carried on doing similar exercises, and then before I know it, I was back with my sciatica again.
And what was those exercises, Scott? If you don't mind to share with people.
It was a lot of core work, a lot of ab work, but the wrong sort of ab work. Sit ups, weighted crunches, all that sort of thing. Ab wheel, the same old. I had no plan. I had no one guiding me, no nothing. So I was just doing it all wrong, and
Got you.
as you know yourself, Bob, I never trained legs.
Yeah, you were very quite kind of like focused on upper body and, like, say, abs
Yeah,
and those kind of
yeah.
exercises. Okay, and
Yeah.
then Scott, your symptoms when you contacted me was kind of like, can you maybe describe what was the symptoms when you contacted me,
Oh
and
yes. So very sharp, 10 out of 10 uncomfortableness pain down my left leg into my shin and my ankle. Couldn't sit down, couldn't lie down for a long period of time, couldn't stand for a long period of time. Just couldn't get away from it no matter what I did. It was just aggravating pain from my glutes all the way down my left leg, down the side of my quad and into my shin and my ankle where the worst part was.
and that was a
Uh,
similar site that you had initially the surgery?
exactly the same size. Exactly the same size. Yeah.
Which means the first thing that you felt that, oh, this is the same thing happened probably as when
Yeah,
happened
yeah,
10 years ago.
yeah,
And did
yeah,
you
yeah,
met anybody for it before you contacted me as a
yeah,
physio
yeah.
or
I paid for an injection,
you,
in my back.
what was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
injection, Scott? What was it? Do you remember?
Epidural,
Epidural.
epidural steroid. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That didn't do nothing. That didn't do nothing apart from waste £2,400 of my money.
Oh my
Uh,
God, that's a lot
yeah,
of money. Yeah,
exactly. And that you get 20 weeks with you for less than that, so it's ridiculous. There's no comparison.
I know.
So I had that done. I paid for private physios, and to be truthful, when I work with you, Bob, they don't really know what they're doing in that certain aspect. I know everyone's got their own skills and things, but I don't really think they knew what they were doing. Doing all the wrong things, and I'd be doing wrong exercises, and I could leave physio with more pain than when I went in, and the
I
pain
get
could
you.
just
Did you got
increase.
many sessions with them?
No,
How much did you?
I only did about 2 or 3 sessions because it just aggravated me. I couldn't do it. It was just too painful.
Mm-hmm,
Oh,
mm-hmm.
I did 3 physio sessions and 2 chiropractic sessions. So they
And
all
how was the chiropractor?
again didn't feel just felt worse as I come out.
And what was the diagnosis that they came gave you treatment? What they thought is actually the problem? Did they give you any
Well,
clarity?
one of them told me to go for surgery.
Again?
One, yeah, one of the chiropractors told me to go for surgery. So obviously I was
Oh,
like absolutely gutted. I'm thinking, I've got to do all this again. And then I went to another one, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to need a lot of time with you." But it was just
uh-huh.
manipulation stuff all the time. And the more I thought about it, I thought you can't keep manipulating the body time and time again.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Which means I suppose this is a thing that I bring up a lot with a lot of patients that when you get in acute phase of your back pain, when you have back pain, I think one of the first thing that people think they should do is to jump and get a manipulation or chiropractic adjustment or physio treatment, etc., or
yeah,
massage, which
yeah, yeah,
equally that can be the worst thing to do
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
that phase of the recovery because anybody who touch your back or manipulate your back, it can really aggravate your pain because your body is
yeah,
quite sensitive and protective in that phase of recovery. And
yeah,
and
definitely.
and did they provide you any rehab or any exercise to get you back in action?
No, no, nothing like that.
Okay.
No,
And
just session on session, 1 week session and the next week session, and that was it.
And what was your daily routine and activity in that phase? I suppose, Scott. Like, what was
My
your
routine.
lifestyle look like? Yeah, where you were
Well,
doing anything by yourself?
obviously, because I'm self-employed, I've had to work all the way through it, to be truthful. So I've had to do that. But
Hmm.
obviously, work was very limited. Like I was struggling to work, so like I would come to work, but I was like, may as well not been here because of what I was
Yes,
doing.
yes,
Um, but yeah, it was just sort of like just doing the YouTube stretches, following different people on YouTube. And
yes.
then when I started doing a couple of yours, they were like,
Uh-huh.
actually, these ones are working. I can do these ones a bit more, and that's why I got
I
into
remember
contact with
that
you.
you were saying that on the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
consultation. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Okay. And then you came across my channel and we basically you booked your consultation with me and just to describe this for people who's watching this video, how was the initial consultation for you, Scott, in regards to you basically getting some sort of extra information from the perspective of talking to me? How was it for you?
Well, before my consultation, I watched your videos on like where you're talking to people and like what they went through,
Hmm.
and it showed like their MRI scans and like what they've been through, and that was like a big factor for me. Like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing and it's the right way about it. And then when I
Hmm.
spoke to you and you showed me some results and things like that, I just thought, well, it's silly not to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And okay, then we start the plan and maybe share with you, well, share with people like, okay, what was the process? How did you find the training routine, like the rehab plan, in your own perspective?
well, obviously the first few weeks are hard because I'm doing stuff that I've never done before. I'm moving the body
Hmm.
like I've never moved it before, and you're thinking like, is am I doing the right thing? I mean, obviously, no offense to you, but I feel am I doing the right thing?
Yes,
I don't know you from Joe down the street. Do you know what I mean? So
yes.
I'm thinking like and then obviously as weeks went on, and then when you obviously have these 2 week calls that we do, it's like and then you give me that. Yeah, and then if something I was doing wasn't right, you'd obviously change it or would work on it, and the confidence just built. I had to obviously build my confidence with you first before I started obviously building my own confidence to make sure I was on the right path.
100%.
And then yeah,
100%,
yeah,
100%. And obviously, like you have some sort of like traceable, results in the chart that you can track and see how your symptoms are improving,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
pain
yeah,
wise,
yeah,
numbness or
yeah.
tingling wise, or functionality wise. And how
Mhm.
do you find that, Scott? Like in regards that every 2 weeks we chat and we go through your results.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
find that built your confidence? Was it that like,
Oh yeah, definitely. Because if you do something 2 or 3 weeks later and you can see that you couldn't do it 3 weeks before, it's like, well, yeah, this is helping and something else. Because
yeah, yeah,
it's crazy. Even though you could be in like horrible pain, when the pain starts to reduce, you don't realize it's reducing until you actually look back and read your reports. You know what I mean?
yes,
You know what
exactly.
I
Which
mean?
means
Yeah,
you don't realize it unless you actually go back and look at your
yeah,
where you
yeah,
used to be and
yeah,
where you
yeah,
are right now. And
yeah,
and
yeah.
okay, what was the most useful thing that you can share from the routine and that helped you to actually get to this stage that you are? Or if
Having a
you were going to, maybe share some tips with people, what would that be,
yeah,
Scott?
yeah. The best thing about it is having a plan, having someone tell you the right exercises, not exceeding them and not underdoing them. So that's like the good thing for me, knowing that I'm doing the right thing and I'm in, doing the right exercises. I'm not sort of like doing something thinking, should I be doing this or shouldn't I be doing this, and why is it hurting and why is it not, and etc. And that's what helped me a lot.
Got you.
Knowing that you know what you're on about helped me, because I think, well, he knows what he's on about. I can do him. I feel comfortable. And if I didn't feel comfortable, I'll let you know and you sort it out for me.
And
Yeah,
basically matter of that you can get contact to me like any times through the
yeah,
day,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
chatting with me over the WhatsApp. That I
yeah, yeah.
think is something that is kind of like, I was suppose I won't get back to you like immediately, but
No,
I
no.
get back to
Oh
you
yeah, of
over the
course. Yeah,
day,
yeah,
and you get
yeah,
some sort of answer out of that.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
quite helpful as well. Brilliant.
yeah, yeah,
And
massively.
and then if I look at it here, Scott, we do track a lot of things on that sheet, such as stress, sleep, like I suppose your daily activity, your food, all of these. Do you
Yeah.
think by having those traceable record, you will get more independency out of your plan?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, massively, massively. Yeah, yeah. I've got a routine now. I've got a proper plan, and it's quite exciting, to be honest. Yeah, it is.
Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely. And
I've trained in the gym for like since I was 14, well, 15, 16 year old. I'm 29 now, and I've never had a plan, never had a structure or anything like that. And that's the reason
mm,
why I've had two bad backs, two severe bad backs in that time, because I've trained wrong. And I
yeah.
might look and feel like I'm training right, but not necessarily. The internal side says different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's so important that you highlight that, Scott, because I think one of the most powerful thing about this plan is that it helps you to get back to your routine,
yeah, yeah,
based on your own individual injury or, I suppose, goal, because
yeah,
every single person has a different goal out of the
yeah,
routine. Getting pain free obviously is a primary goal for a lot of people, and
yeah. Of course.
yourself was like, I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
get rid of this pain, and
yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
yeah, yeah,
I like you to share these, because a lot of people when they join this plan, they have to just have this hope that they're gonna get better.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Did you had a doubt that, okay, is this plan gonna help me to get better?
Yeah,
Honestly.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I mean, I didn't think I'd be sat here now chatting to you, telling you, how happy I am with it and the way we're going and things like that. I didn't think that.
Hmm.
That was like you dream of it.
Yes.
14, 15 weeks ago, I was dreaming that I could be one of them lads or girls sat there saying that, yeah, it works and this, that, and the other. And it's nice to know that I'm on the better side of things. And
Yeah.
for people that are like contemplating it, I'd just say just go for it, because there's nothing cheaper out there. There's no injection, there's no surgery, there's nothing out there that can beat this. And one, you're not tampering with the body, and two, you're improving your life overall as well. Not just
100%. 100%.
yeah,
Yeah. But I'm delighted, Scott, because you really stick to the plan, and you really kind of like were consistent with it, and the consistency is a key factor, I think, and sticking to the plan,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
and just having this belief that you're gonna get better is hugely helpful I suppose by watching these stories, I think a lot of people get motivated. And the whole point of showing these stories to people is that to show them that our body is adaptable. By having a little bit of understanding of what you do, having a routine, having a plan, and a bit of a structure, as you mentioned, not doing too little or not doing too much, that's hugely helpful. And how did you find the diet, Scott? Because we are going to change your diet now in this phase of your rehab. How do you find the diet?
Well, again, like diet's hard. It's hard to start a new diet to start off with. So obviously, you've got to try and make the diet, comfortable. So you're going to keep at it. But obviously, when you get into it, you want a diet because you want everything. You want the pieces to match. That's what you want. You want to diet right. You want to train right. You want to get in the right direction, and you got to push every wheel in the right direction.
Because I mean, and this is something that I've been discussed about this in many videos, and I re-emphasize it again today that when you're thinking of recovery, your body is able to recover by the environment that you create for it, which means what do you eat, how much do you sleep, how much you take stress, what are the activity that you do daily, and what are your beliefs are. These are huge factors that does impact pain and recovery. I'm not saying these are the only one. There are much more factors that can cause that, such as your social support, your history, what you're reading, your information. And one of the things that I suppose I suggested to you as well, that stop reading about anything. If you had any question, come and ask me. If I can answer it, I will definitely give you some information. And if I can't answer it, it would be very difficult to find some really useful resources out there in internet. Okay, last thing, Scott. What was your initial symptoms when you started with me, and how are they right now in comparison wise? Yeah, like if you just make a comparison.
So when I first started, to me it felt like 10 pain, 10 out of 10 pain. Uncomfortable, couldn't get comfy anywhere, just horrible thoughts. Do you know what I mean? Not wanting to live like this, etc., etc. And then, like I say, 14 weeks on, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm 100%, but I'm 90%. I'm 90%. Do you know what I mean? I can do normal life. I can go out and feel comfortable. I can walk. I can sit. I can stand. You know what I mean? It's just a whole lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you had like some sort of like severe tingling and sensation down to the leg.
Horrendous.
That was something that was really irritating you mentally. And what was the rate, and what is it the rate right now?
How do you mean?
Like, let's say if you put it at 0 to 10, what was the rate of intensity initially, that tingling sensation?
To me, it was 10. It was disgusting.
It was very
horrible.
Consistent. It was very consistent.
24/7. I didn't get the only time I got a moment's peace is when I was asleep, and you don't know about it. But obviously, you get woke up with it. I mean, I was taking tablets like they were Skittles. Do you know what I mean? It was.
It was what was the painkiller that you were taking, or what you were taking, Scott?
I was taking 2 500 milligram naproxens in the morning, two paracetamol and 2 ibuprofen at the same time. I was doing that 2 to 3 times a day.
And you haven't taken them for how long now?
Like literally 2 weeks of being on the program with you.
Amazing. I'm delighted, Scott. I'm really happy with it. And one of the biggest thing I suppose that you achieve as well, now you're back training in the gym, not with the full capacity, but you're in the gym and you're training in the gym. How does that feel, Scott, for you? Like to be getting back there?
Much better. I mean, your confidence just feels much better. You socialize. I know you go there to train, and you socialize. You see similar people, and you speak about different things, and it's just like you feel normal again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're doing normal everyday things, and it's just like where I want to be.
And associate yourself with other people as well there, that they can train, I can train. I'm not in that whole, I suppose, dilemma that I can't go to the gym, which is, I think,
isolation, isn't it?
But I'm delighted, Scott. I'm very happy with your results, man. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. This is all about consistency, routine, and I repeat this again with everybody, that there's no magic or hidden exercises or routine in this plan. It's all based on measuring and having a structure and a little bit of, I suppose, coach.
Trusting the process.
Trusting the process, which is I think It's
I'm
bulletproof.
like I'm like anyone. When you're first starting something and you're in pain and you got to pay for something, you think, oh, am I doing the right thing? And I can sit here and say, you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? I wish I did it the day after I did it. I'd have known and I'd have known what was happening. I'd have done it the day after. But I'm here now. Do you know what I mean? And we're doing it. That's the
Yeah,
main thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But listen, everybody has his own path. It's
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
good to know, like, that you can get better. And I always try to be really positive about not the program, but positive about the human body, because the
yeah,
human
yeah,
body is quite adaptable.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can
yeah,
really adapt, change, and improve if you have
yeah,
a little bit of, I suppose, structure into it. That's
yeah,
amazing,
yeah,
Scott. Scott, I
yeah,
appreciate your time and your effort, man. Really happy with your result. We're gonna share more progression in time, because your
yeah,
next phase of your rehab is to push you more towards more advanced exercise and activity in the gym, which means
yeah,
we try to progress you from the rehab plan to more personalized goal that you want to achieve as a person who likes to train in the gym. And that's something that is can be customized, and it has to always be related to a person. If you don't
yeah.
enjoy those activities and exercise, is never going to be consistent with it. Does
No,
that make
no,
sense?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Which means if I ask you to, Scott, go and swim for 2 hours daily to get better, even though if that's
yeah,
gonna really help you, which I doubt
yeah.
it, you won't be interested to do it because you don't like to be a swimmer. You know what I mean?
You'd
And
start,
that's
you'd start off doing it, but 2 weeks into it, you'd be thinking, I need to do something else.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
There are a couple
yeah,
of
yeah,
I suppose, tips that I mean we discussed about swimming now that I'd like to share here very quickly with people that there are a couple of things that I start to do this at the end of every kind of basically video of testimonial with people that and there's a lot of question comes along to my channel, and I like to try to add on some of the question at the end of the consultations, that we have together today, which one of the questions that a lot of people ask is that is swimming is good for my back? Unfortunately, we do not have any study or a data to share here and come up with some sort of results that say swimming is gonna fix your back and it's better than walking. Yeah, which means if you put swimming, walking, or biking in one category of aerobic exercises, swimming does not have any leverage, and it has one side effect, which is your body weight is much lighter when you swim, which means is reduce the resistance that you're actually taking in comparison to walking and biking. Which means if I was going to suggest my patient to do aerobic exercise, if their preference is to do swimming, if they like and enjoy swimming, definitely I would suggest them that. But if they don't, I would suggest them to do walking or biking for 5 to 10 minutes daily. That was one of the tips that I like to share with people. Scott, last shot. Is there anything else that you like to add on without any censorship or anything that you like to share with people who are watching this video that we didn't discuss so far?
no, I think pretty much ticked every box. Yeah, yeah, just
We're gonna share more testimonial with them
yeah,
in couple of weeks time, and I'm excited to see you, man. Here, keep up the good work, and thanks
yeah.
again, man.
Cheers,
All the
Bob.
best. Cheers. I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you have any question regarding your injury, you can leave me comments. I'll be happy to answer your question. Please don't leave me comments about Bob, help me with my back pain. Unfortunately, without me knowing you in details, I cannot help you over YouTube messages. If you genuine and you're serious about your recovery, you can always contact me through my website or book an online consultation. I need to talk to you at least for an hour to be able to understand your issue and understand what you've been doing over the years of injury and where you're at right now. I cannot help you by just leaving me a message about your MRI scan or your pain. Unfortunately, back pain, it is not a very quick fix, click to press and get you back in action. Recovery with back pain takes time and planning and understanding what really helps you to get you back in action by try and error different things. And in regards to patients that you see online through my YouTube channel, they usually have a consultation with me maybe 3 to 4 months before we getting that testimonial, which means usually recovery can take up to 12 to sometimes 20 weeks. I hope this information are useful for you. If you have any question, again, you can leave me comments. And if you find this video helpful, press that like button, share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe my channel for my weekly update. Until next week, all the best.